Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Ask Dr. Barker show, where today we're going to talk about how to detox your gallbladder and liver and how to overcome any weight loss plateaus. Hey guys, so really exciting to dive into these questions today, and something that I really want to reiterate is I'm getting all this feedback from people is never really lose hope. I wanted to share this, that if someone cuts your arm right now, whether you're in Germany, United States, New Zealand, Canada, Africa, that cut's gonna heal, but guess what that cut always does? It will heal no matter what. Your body has an amazing ability to heal itself, and it always works. So you gotta ask yourself, if your body can heal a cut on your arm, why isn't it healing your thyroid problems, or your digestive system problems, or your adrenal problems, or whatever issue you have? Why isn't the body healing it? It has the most amazing ability to do it. So when you remove the interference and start adding the good things, your body has to get better. It's a law. Everybody has an amazing ability inside of them. I say the best doctor lives actually inside of you. You just have to release it and give it the right things it needs. So whatever you're battling, guys, if you're watching this, don't be discouraged. You will get there. I promise that. So first question though I do want to dive into is people have questions about gallbladder stones, kidney stones, liver cleanses, and exactly how to battle that. And all of the stones, guys, especially we're going to talk about gallbladder stones, common signs that you may have a gallbladder sign is excessive nausea, or when you're eating a meal after you feel bloated, you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, you feel nauseous, things are just not working correctly. That might be a sign that you have a gallbladder problem. Now, your gallbladder is a small organ that's actually attached to your liver, and your liver detoxifies, but your gallbladder releases different products to help break down fat. So nowadays, people are eating so much fatty food, processed food, that their gallbladder never gets a rest. It's like constantly like tapping that organ on the shoulder. I need you, I need you, I need you. Never gives it a rest, and eventually it burns out. Also, too, people are eating all these fatty foods, cholesterol levels are rising, and they're finding out as the cholesterol starts to get balled up, it starts to get hardened and actually gets lodged in the gallbladder duct. And I've heard of people and patients having hundreds of gallbladder stones, which is not only really painful, but it doesn't allow them to break down fat properly. So again, that ties in, if you're not losing weight and you feel bloated and you feel like you're eating right and you can't get over this hump, you may need to do a gallbladder, I call liver cleanse. So, so many people try these crazy cleanses. I want to show you an easy one that I've been doing with patients for as long as I can remember, and it involves simple ingredients: lemons, Epsom salt, and water. I mean, anyone can do that. Now, the lemons actually help break up the gallbladder crystals. It helps soften them to allow them to move out of your body easily. And then the Epsom salt, and you guys can pick this up at Publix or your local grocery store. Make sure you can read it on here. It says, for relief of occasional constipation, Epsom salt. Yes, people soak in it, but this is has magnesium. This can also be the ingestible form of it. And the great thing about Epsom salt is it takes this gallbladder, I would say the duct, and it vasodilates it. So it opens it up, and it basically allows the stones to exit your body. And then when you go to the bathroom, you're gonna get rid of it. And instead of me, I was thinking earlier, squishing up lemons and using Epsom salt and making it for you, I wanted to show you a video we made, actually a how-to do a proper gallbladder and liver cleanse, so you can watch this video. Yeah, so pretty cool, right? I mean, I love the music too. It's a really simple, easy. It doesn't take very long, and the amazing thing about it is, if you do it properly, it's kind of weird. You'll look into the toilet and you will see things that almost look like green pea marbles. Excuse me, they will float to the top because they're filled with cholesterol. So it's an amazing way to do that. Do that every, I would say, month or so until you see only a few stones in your actual toilet. And I've heard of patients passing literally hundreds of stones. And the great thing about it is it's gonna help you digest fat better, it's gonna help you lose weight, and you will have a phenomenal boost of energy because you're not having that toxic burden. So try that, and please, guys, comment below and let me know how that works. And the last question, we're just gonna do 2 questions today. The last question I always have been getting is, I hear it across the board, so many people, as you can see, have these. How do I lose weight? I'm exercising, I'm eating clean, but I'm still not losing the weight. And I wanted to show you the 3 top secret things that people are not doing that is destroying your ability to shed pounds. And the first one is actually carbs. And we know this. Now, everyone knows that staying away from candy and chips and stuff, we know that that's not a good idea, because if you eat these carbs, they're gonna get converted to sugar. And if you don't burn that sugar, guess what it goes to? It gets converted to fat. And I wanted to talk about that too, that it's not the fat that's the problem. I know people that eat, like myself, I eat so much good, healthy fat, and I'm the leanest I've ever been. So low fat doesn't work, guys, because we are the most low fat country ever. Everything is low fat, but we're bigger than ever. If what we were doing was working, everyone would be what? Everyone would be like a stick, but people are bigger than ever. I've noticed, guys, I'm not even making this up. I saw on a bag of sugar a sticker that said low fat. Ridiculous. Low fat just means high sugar. So just to prove it to you that all carbs, do go to sugar, I call it the bread test, or you can call it the pretzel test. So it's kind of like biology 101 when we were like 5th grade. Take, when you're home, take a piece of bread or some sort of carbohydrate and put it in your mouth. And I'm not going to, for the sake of time, leave it there, but leave it there about 30 seconds to a minute. And something called salivary amylase in your mouth will start to break it down. In about a couple minutes, you're going to start to taste a sweetness. And that just shows you that every carbohydrate breaks down to a simple sugar. And if you're not burning it, it will get stored into your system. So that's the number one thing, is limit carb consumption. Even if it's whole wheats and Ezekiel breads and all that good stuff, it is great. But if you are not at a high athletic level, you're not going to burn that, and it's going to go to fat. So that's the bread test. Try that. Let me know how it works. The other thing that people are missing when it comes to weight loss is what they're cooking with. Now, I hear this all the time is, Doc, I'm eating the right foods, right? But you could be eating all organic foods, but you could be sabotaging it in the way you're preparing it. So the number one thing that you guys got to stay away from when you're cooking is, I know you're gonna hate this, is Teflon nonstick pans. Now, you can look this up online. Nonstick pans are anything, they're awesome. They're amazing. Nothing will stick to it. Your eggs and will slide right off. But the problem is they're finding out that this nonstick coating is actually extremely toxic. You can look this up. It's actually banned in other countries. And they're finding out that the high temperatures break down this coating and literally emits toxins directly into your food, in which over time burns out your leptin receptors, burns out your weight loss receptors, and you're gonna be weight loss resistant. So you gotta be careful, especially look at home. If your pan, you pick it up and it has all these cut marks on it where like you were cutting food, that's even more of a problem because you broke the barrier and it's literally leaching those toxins into the food. And it shows, they call it Teflon flu. You can get flu-like symptoms, weakness, lethargia. Did I say lethargia? Lethargic. Literally, you gotta be careful with what you're cooking with. It's causing toxicity to the food you're using. So a good substitute is actually to cook with a titanium sort of pan or titanium bowl. The reason why is titanium is an inert metal. They actually use it in space shuttles because it doesn't interact with anything. So it will not interact with any of the foods. It will not leach any of the metals into your food. So you're getting not only an amazing taste, but you are getting the purest non-toxic form of the food you're eating. The problem is, I'm real with you guys, titanium is expensive. A bowl or a pan could be hundreds of dollars. If you can do that, it's a great source. It's a good investment. But one thing that I like to use, and I think a majority of people use, is actually cast iron. Now, cast iron does have some drawbacks. It does, if you looked at it under a microscope, it gets very porous, and you actually can get some food particles in there, so it can cause some issues on that route. But the great thing about cast iron is if it does leach anything, it leaches iron into your system. And if you're anemic or have a deficiency, it is phenomenal. Excuse me, I got some of that pretzel I ate. But the great thing about is these cast iron is it will not leach any harmful, dangerous chemicals into your system. And you can put some butter on there to help it non-stick, but cast iron is a great alternative to how you cook to stop basically poisoning your system. So I can't stress enough, change your cookware. If you look around your house, if you have questions, if it's non-stick, shoot me a comment below, but gotta change what you're cooking with. And the last thing that I've noticed that people are sabotaging is the oils that they're cooking with. Now, a true story about canola oil or vegetable oil is it's actually canola oil in general, as you can look this up, it was used as a Canadian motor oil. And then they found out it worked decent for cooking and they used it for that. The problem is you can't smell this, but these oils, they actually suck out the fumes out of it because it's so rancid and it would literally gag you because this is oxidized rancid oil. And the problem is when you cook with it with your pan, think about it, if you're cooking with your Teflon pan, you're using this oil, it is soaking into your foods and causing a phenomenal amount of inflammation and toxicity in your system. So I would highly suggest stay away from rancid oils like vegetable and canola oil. The second next best thing is olive oil. And I do love olive oil. Look for extra virgin organic. But the problem with olive oil is you cannot cook it at very high temperatures. It has a low smoke point, meaning you could try this at home. If you're cooking with olive oil and you start seeing at high temperatures smoke, it's oxidizing and it's actually creating the oils to break down, become rancid, cause inflammation in your body. So if you are gonna cook with olive oil, low heat, low temperatures. The other thing is all olive oil is not made the same. Do not use it in spray form. Spray form has something called chlorofluorocarbons. Yeah, if you can't pronounce it, don't use it. But basically, it's just a toxic. It's almost like what they use in air fresheners. So I would use olive oil at a low cook temperature. But the last one, I highly advise this for everybody, is start cooking with coconut oil, specifically cold pressed, unrefined, organic, virgin. And some people don't like the smell. I love it though, but you start to put this on your cast iron pan. You put a small amount on it, and if you cook with it, you're gonna get the necessary fats into your diet. But the great thing about it is it's going to help detoxify your body. I mean, coconut oils have medium chain fatty acids for energy, meaning it's not stored for fat. It has lauric acid, caprylic acid. These are antiviral, antifungal properties. So that will be a phenomenal way to start helping you lose weight. So sum that up, if when you go home, change your cookware into something that is not toxic and change the oils that you cook with, and you will see over time a huge breakthrough in your actual weight loss plateau. So again, so glad you guys are here with us. Leave some comments below, questions that you would like to basically us to answer, and I hope you have a very blessed, awesome day.